Hey, this is Isaac.
This is Taryn.
And we are
True Masters of Morons, playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Last time we fought and killed the Fireclaw.
Yikes. Just
Fuck
yikes.
That thing. Screw that thing. Bleep that thing.
It's too early to bleep. And this time we're gonna activate the heart and see what happens.
That's the whole point, is that like you bleep this early. You don't have to bleep after this early.
The tower is the key.
Yeah, but yeah, that also YouTube doesn't like it when you bleep because like, oh, you did it.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right.
I was refilling my health pot because look at that. Each of those mushrooms is 48%. I love those mushrooms.
That is pretty nice. We should have looted before we started. Oh,
yep,
well.
I know, but here we go.
Override. Yep.
I'm going to win!
Rerouting power network, huh? Oh, I don't like that he's still electrified.
No!
Maria!
No!
Don't!
No!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Oh, she made that work. I'll be honest, I didn't think she would be able to make that work.
I mean, it is still doing its thing.
She is a shaman.
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility.
Oh.
In order to maintain caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data
Okay, so
center.
she's not gonna die. That's nice.
Aurea, I'm free.
The blue is gleam is
You must
the blue
escape.
is not glowing in her anymore.
Oh. Oh, she fried him. Oh no, it was just that bright.
Oh, it was just that light. Okay.
My sister!
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah, no
And
kidding.
something I genuinely didn't see coming before this moment.
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. Aratak.
You're huge, you can lift her, let's go.
Right?
Aratak. Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters?
Oof.
Yep.
Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go.
And I need to make sure that you're there to take over for me when
Let's
I
go.
don't need to be in command anymore.
I mean, as selfish as that sounds, it's also true.
Yeah.
It's like it's like, one, I believe canonically it just technically happens before the end of the base game, which means I go off to do that. But two, even if it didn't, we also know that I just go off to the west somewhere.
The only way.
He's like, I know you're big. He's like, I know you're big, but you can do this. Oh, she's not even grabbing the proper. Oh no, it is a proper rail.
Yeah, no, she's not grabbing the side, but she is grabbing a rail. Hold on, motherfucker!
He's so strong, but he's so heavy.
That was a great thing I saw. A YouTube fitness dude was talking. He's like, I've had people tell me they can't do pull-ups because they're fat. And it's like, I have to pay for these weights for my pull-ups. You just have those on you. Oh, screw this!
Aratak, you manly beast. I know who you're talking about. I like that guy. He has great stuff.
That guy's
for
awesome.
Just enabling people to get fit.
Work. Yeah.
Get me up top, Aratak. Now.
Oh my gosh, it hurts!
He's like, I'm jacked, but I am just a man. No superheroes in this game. Well,
What are you gonna do, Aloy? You're not gonna be able to stop it from falling out of the sky from the
I need
top.
explosive ammo! A bomb! Quick!
Good thing I have one.
Yeah, good thing you have one, and apparently I don't.
Do you see your bow?
Oh, nice. So it just pushes because of the one side.
Kai.
Nice. That was very nice.
That was very nice. And fall damage killed you.
No, it's thick enough snow. It's thick enough snow.
Oh yeah, because that's happened ever.
Water's saved you before.
Oh, avalanche bad. Avalanches are very
Avalanche killed you.
bad.
Ow.
Good thing I have shields. I gotta tell you what, this armor makes almost every other cutscene make more sense.
Fuck.
Oh, good. I'm like, I need you to be alive, dude.
You and your shredder arms.
These shredder arms and your big old bareness. Yeah, it stopped.
It's over.
Rhea's gone. What of Cyan?
She hangs out of that place Array like to go now.
She
Shaman
said
retreat.
She was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Are we going there?
Then that's where we go.
Right, I'm like, are you
And I will
allowed?
meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
Ah,
Yeah.
cool. I think it was way too hot in there, man. No.
Right?
You see how much fur I'm wearing?
And now Aloy's like, fuck, that hurts. Everything hurts.
Yeah, my everything hurts. It's like her other earlier comment, I can't feel my everything. Oh, good. Thank you, game, for just walking us there.
There's a fast travel point there.
Oh, good.
Yep.
And this is why. Where are we? Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. Now, real quick, apparently I have not unlocked that, so I am going to run there.
Just to get the...
Just to have it on the map. It's the only thing here, man.
It's just gonna bother you for not having that.
Yeah.
I
thought about grabbing it earlier, but then I was like, oh, maybe I'll actually end up there. Through story.
And lo and behold.
Yep.
You did indeed. We made it through the cauldron.
We made it through the cauldron.
We can't mind control this crap. Not that there's literally any of it that's not demonic
Why not?
ever, but...
Who says we can't mind control it?
Oh, I mean, you didn't do it, but I guess your stick did,
My
maybe.
stick did, 1, and 2, nothing should be demonic anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing should be demonic anymore.
And again, I say,
Alright.
I get because there's still we still have the question of, well, we don't one. All right, so say Hephaestus was deleted out of there completely because I kind of think that's what happened. But that doesn't answer the question of how he got there and where the rest of him is.
That first moment after the rain.
Well, and also, no more things like that should be being made. Crossclaws, the firewolves, none of those should be being made anymore.
Theoretically, that's a fair point. Obviously they are, because mechanics, but...
Right.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory.
Aw.
I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I like its display.
I do too.
It literally just holographically displays the big orb.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
That's cool.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like our attack, if you want to hear her voice again.
You don't have to leave.
Come closer, Aloy. We have much to
We
discuss.
have much to discuss.
Yeah. Let's discuss some logistics here.
As Cyan's like, hello, Elizabeth.
She might, yeah.
If she had any connection to the internet at all, she knows who Elizabeth Sobek was.
That's a point. That's a thing, for sure.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility.
Oh.
Because of your efforts, and of course, Araya's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus.
Tell me what you know about
I feel
Hephaestus.
profound grief over
Oh.
Araya's death.
She changed colors.
I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Oh, that's sad.
I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
You are different from the Banuk.
Yeah.
You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus.
I need you to know, if you meet a man
We can
named Silence,
communicate
stay
on a much
away.
more comprehensive level.
Yeah.
Perhaps even like colleagues.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's the first question.
Hephaestus. Destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
Oh, balls. I was afraid of that.
Infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location. One I've never been able to trace.
Hey, Gaia, where the
So
fuck
while
is
losing the
Hephaestus?
cauldron was
Right.
a setback,
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
undoubtedly.
I think it's proud of that one.
It is either proud or scared.
How did you
Orange
first
isn't
come into
scared.
contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection
Yellow is
request.
fear.
I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact,
Silence.
I accepted. This
No?
decision turned out to be a catastrophic error.
5 years ago, it would
I
fit
was
with when
flooded
he
with
stole
an
everything.
overwhelming array of
5 years
malicious
ago
code,
was,
originating from what could
Hephaestus.
only have been a highly advanced AI.
Araya said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes, I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so,
Yep,
Hephaestus
fear.
hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief
Sandoval.
programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad
Correct.
she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened.
Yeah, Gaia would never need to do
19
that.
years ago,
Yep.
Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions. brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Yep, the next
Thank you,
game's gonna be
Aloy.
the other ones.
This information
At least
fills
one,
vital
yeah.
gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Wow,
That is
lots
a-
of questions about Hephaestus.
Well, I mean, that is the question that I wanted. I'm like, why does it need combat drones?
Why does
Yeah.
Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct?
Yep.
Is it just that?
Machines that are clearly
we knew that's what it
servitors of
was.
the terraforming system that you
Well,
described.
just it controlling
Yes, we
her
all
was
have
different,
machines for
so...
both.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
That's fair.
Fireclaw's
Uh-huh.
discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter,
Yikes.
or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better
Yeah.
solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system.
Yeah,
thus
no, I
bringing
mean, that
Hephaestus
would-
Yeah, I would
back
love
under
to
its
reinstate
control.
Gaia. That would
is
be
our-
When I
amazing.
think of it,
Theoretically, our long-term
out there
plan,
in
right?
Some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants. I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan.
There's confirmation if you hadn't been right already.
Yep.
I found something
So-
that calmed the machines, apparently.
If Gaia isn't destroyed, Cyan could be a possible replacement if we gave her enough beefy juice for it.
We also have to upgrade her, though.
Like I
ran
said, beefy
across a
juice.
strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. We could-
Right! The
Interesting.
Yeah,
satellite.
yeah, yeah.
You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An
Boom.
explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system.
Yes.
The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan.
We'd all be in better condition if she had.
We would all be in better condition,
Sure,
Found
metal
the
flowers.
strangest machines.
right?
They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something
You are
must
an
have
AI.
made these machines, and
Yep.
the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus?
Oh, which one would that be?
Maybe
That,
one whose purview is
Yeah,
flawed.
I don't remember
An
which
AI
one
that makes
is.
flowers instead of death
the
machines.
Hunters one, I think.
Would be a nice change
Yeah.
of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
All right. Other topics.
Meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood Araya's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice.
It is a bummer.
Although I do
was
fear
required.
non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the
That's
same
very
for her,
sweet.
Cyan.
Yeah.
but she was determined.
And let's face it, you're a more important being just because you'll last longer.
That's not inherent. Just by lasting longer doesn't make her inherently more important. But yes, well, yes.
There are a lot of other things that she can do, that she will do. That.
How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it. I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Aurea, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties.
That bitch has been shut down.
I did my job.
Reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility.
Wow, I predicted for another much longer than last than it was 1,000 years ago.
3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
They would appreciate it.
They would appreciate it. I will say, they specifically said, what are we at now?
Yeah.
So clearly it was meant to continue and get longer.
Mm.
Do you know what happened to your colleague, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow, years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation.
Yeah.
There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased.
Yeah.
I
They
will
were
transmit
human.
a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow
Yay!
to your focus.
That's gonna be ugly. All right.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes.
They were supposed to have this conversation
Before
first.
she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
Yeah.
A
Yep.
lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors.
Yes.
After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of concrete.
Yes.
Yeah!
These provided me with several colorful additions to
Oh
my
no.
vocabulary.
Oh no.
There's a ruin east of here full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yeah, why did he
Yes,
need guns?
A drone hangar
Right.
requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats.
It
though
really
there were no
was.
serious incidents during his tenure.
No, he's just like it's like overkill is the best kill.
After-hours
Yep.
time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
Yeah, no kidding.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you.
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization.
And then got
In
out.
order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result,
Yep.
my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human
Nope.
societies and
Fear,
machine
fear.
programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
No. We are scared of AI taking over.
And in your particular world, we're proven right.
Right? I know.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
Yes,
Also
I
known
am.
as asshole. Of
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
course he was.
Benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications.
Oh, they did this first.
But
Interesting.
before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline.
With the help
At
of
one
Elizabeth
point,
Sobek.
he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they
Irony.
wound up regretting that man. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the...
The scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field. One of the greatest
I'm
scientists
gonna
of
cut
her
you off.
age.
Yeah, that one.
My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
No. Well, yes, but it's not your fault.
I love your no in the most disappointed tone.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be.
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You
Yikes.
still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true.
That is
I
true.
was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these
Humanity,
stemmed
basically.
from one cause.
Yeah.
Catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth.
Yeah, for her, that could be. She's like, what?
Millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
Clawback?
Yes, we know about
So
this.
things got better. For a little while.
They
at least.
reference it
Yes.
vaguely.
These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
No.
No.
Without outside assistance, your projections were correct.
Yeah, your project was a success.
And their projects probably were too. But then a big thing happened.
There
Yeah.
is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
Oh, come on!
Take it gently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Life is hard for the Banuk. Their world is unforgiving in their beliefs. I guess they help to keep them going. So take it easy on them. Try to guide them, bring them around to understanding what you are.
Communion with machines features heavily in the mysticism of the Banuk. I think they will be agreeable
That is true.
to this approach.
All right,
As
cool.
long as they don't end up worshipping you.
Upon consideration, I believe such an experience would be intensely uncomfortable.
It is.
I'm so glad I like you.
Yes, yes, she said
I
it.
see. I will follow your advice.
Oh, that's true. She
Will
would
you
know.
return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Artok.
All right, and we'll see. Oh, right.
I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all
bear.
blown over.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
I don't want to be alone.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember
That's pretty
that.
cool. I like that.
You're strong.
I do too.
I know you can do this. Go to sleep, wake up, and protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chow, and I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes, I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes, anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
Oh
That
man,
was sweet.
that is literally
Just
like the
figuring
closest thing he had to
the shape
putting
looks
his
familiar.
daughter to sleep for a while. Mm-hmm. All right, so it looks like we have one more episode worth of stuff, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Go ahead and leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for more Let's Plays. Check out our other channel for gaming lore, link in the description. Thank you so much to all of our patrons for making all of these series possible. And we will see you in the next episode. In the meantime, this has been True
True Masters and Morons signing off.